Good morning. Okay, so I'm sure you've seen the articles come across that the CDC, it looks like the CDC is recommending at least 8 weeks of away from school for your kids. And I know there's moms and dads and grandparents and everybody who's kind of freaking out about that because one, you have a job, and two, how are you supposed to do your job when you have children at home? Now, I'm speaking for people who have the opportunity to work from home, but their kids are going to be there. And let me tell you, it's doable. It is absolutely doable. I do it all the time. A little bit about me. I have three kids. They're 10, 7, and 2, about to be 3. And my 10 and my 7-year old are both homeschooled. And they do a university model school, which means they're in school 2 days a week and then they're at home with me 3 days a week. So I am their co teacher. So not only do I have my job working with my family's company, my coaching job, but I also homeschool my two older children, right? Full plate there. And I managed to take care of myself and all these wonderful things that fall into place. So I wanted to give y'all some tips and advice from a mom who works from home 3 days a week with children while they do schoolwork. Okay, first of all, number one, and I've talked about this already on this podcast or here, is your morning routine. Solidify your morning routine. There's no time like the present to get on this, and to have a good morning routine, just you need to have a really good nighttime routine. I can't wake up at 4:35, going to bed at 11. I have to be in bed by 9:30. I don't really like to see 10 o'clock, so I have to take care of my bedtime. But I try to wake up, or I will wake up 1 to 2 hours before my kids get up. I typically walk, do my journaling, quiet time, eat, have a cup of coffee before I even have to talk to anybody, drink water, all these things. There's a lot of check boxes that get marked down in the morning, and that's because I know the importance of creating momentum and moving forward quickly. I stay off social media. Do not open emails. Do not look at text messages. Do not open social media. What you want to do is you want to stay on the offense, not be on the defense the first thing in the morning. Use this precious time to things that matter most. I will also I use a planner and I set up how my day is going to look. So there's no, no, oh my gosh, when am I going to fit this in? Going into that, time blocking. Time blocking is massively important. You need to create space for everything that's important that day. You really need to prioritize. If things don't have to get done, do not put them on that day's to-do list. You can mark somewhere when they have to be done, but don't get too bogged down by every single thing you have to do. Focus on the big things. And listen, you've got to keep these boundaries. If something bleeds over into the next time block, what I love about Google is you can take your little time and move it into a new place, and make sure you create white space for yourself. Don't schedule things from the time you're up to the time you're asleep unless you're actually scheduling in free time. Sometimes I schedule my gym time, I schedule when I'm sleeping, I schedule my morning routine. All of that gets scheduled into my time block. Another big thing is communication. Your kids don't, this is new for everybody. This is new for you. This is new for your spouse. This is new for your kids. Make sure you become an expert in communicating. If you know you have a big call coming up at 12 o'clock, like set your kids up for success and say, hey, look, we're going to work, from 9 to 10. Then you can get a break. Then we're going to eat. I have a call at noon, or whatever I said I had to call. I have a call at noon. You have to be quiet. You got to be upstairs in your bedrooms or whatever. This is what I need you to do. If you have smaller kids, take turns working with one and having the other watch the younger one. You have to really communicate on what the expectation level is, and how the day is going to run. Another one is all hands on deck. Listen, if you're used to your house being clean, there's a chance that you're going to get frustrated because it's going to get messy. I don't know if you're like my family, but on the weekends our house goes from being clean to messy, and then because it fluctuates depending on how often we're at home. So really bring all hands on deck. Let kids know that, hey, 15 minutes every single morning or every single evening, whatever it's going to look like, has to be scheduled to tidying up and cleaning the house. Breathe. Absolutely breathe. This is going to be hard. You are going to be frustrated. There's always going to be times where you can communicate with your kids that you're frustrated. This is hard. Be very open. Going back to communication, be very open with this process, because they might be frustrated too. And if they're thinking that mommy's frustrated but she's not talking about it, you're setting up that precedent. So talk about it, be open. This is a really good time to unite and combine, or unite and like really gel together. And then like have your kid like take a break. Even if it's impromptu, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, take a break, walk around, do some deep breathing exercises, and then join back up. Another thing is, please take care of yourself. This is not a time to take yourself off the stove and put yourself on the back burner. Make sure you're eating foods that make you feel good, sleeping well, drinking water, self-care, just whatever that looks like for you, taking walks, staying active. Do that. It is massively important for you to be at your best, because you need to be at your best. The last thing is remember this. This is just a chapter, and it's going to be freaking hard. Sorry. It's going to be hard. But you can do hard things. Your kids can do hard things. And this is a really good time to join together and just lean in on each other and really just trust the struggle, trust the process that's refining y'all and making you into a better family, a closer family. But if you have questions, again, I've been homeschooling for 5 years. I've had 2 jobs working at home for 5 years. Or I've had 2 jobs for 2 years, but I've worked from home for 5 years with my kids as well. And lean on me. This is not something that you need to tackle on your own. This is not like, oh my gosh, I'm so alone. There's going to be a lot of parents that feel overwhelmed and under like qualified. But listen, you are qualified. Like, there is a reason why you have those kids. There's a reason why your kids have you. You can do this. You can do this. And remember, it's just temporary. Again, if you need help, let me know. Hey, tag a friend who you might think needs to hear this. If you're hearing this on my podcast, go ahead, screenshot, tag me, tag friends. Get this message out, because I know that a lot of us are in the same boat. Like, I have to figure out now how to take on true homeschool, and my kids aren't going to school. So just really lean on everybody for support, including me. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you have a great day. Talk to you later.